Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here. Once again, with another video right here on Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below, and subscribe to all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and share this video all over the internet. But most importantly, tap that bell and turn on all my notifications so you never ever, oh baby, ever miss an upload. That's that. So, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, or come in the chat, act a fool. Subscribe to my channels, and don't forget to tap the bell to get notified when I do a video, because if not, you miss out. And that's all I can say about that. And move on. All right, if I'm not coming through, the fan is on blast, because it's like, hot again here in the house. It was 97 today. Whoosh. 91 right now here in Jersey. Well, we're supposed to get some thunder boomers coming up in the next couple hours. So they said about 8, 9 o'clock. So that might affect my satellite and me watching AEW Dynamite tonight. But we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully not. And hopefully I can watch the whole thing. I know that's that. But we'll see. I know that's that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this another hot, steamy summer day, the end of June. We're finally at the end of June. We're halfway through 2021. So on this Wednesday evening, June the 30th, 2021, it is time for your late and out of date Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw review for June the 28th, 2021. From the Thunderdome in Tampa, Florida. All right, got a couple more weeks of the Thunderdome, and then we won't be at the Thunderdome no more. We'll be on the road in a shithole near you. I'll be in your mama's basement, but that is what it is. But we're getting there soon. Pretty soon we're getting there with the WWE. That's that. All right, so Monday Night Raw this past Monday night, coming off a pretty decent show last week. This week, not so much. Not so much this week. Just fell flat. And, yeah. I mean, it was supposed to be, the big match was supposed to be Randy Orton and this voice taking on AJ Styles. And taking on who else? Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and AJ Styles. Triple threat match to see the last chance match to see who goes to the Money in the Bank ladder match. Who will be entrant number 5 in the match? So we got that. We also had we didn't have anything regarding the women besides a 6-woman tag match between Rhea Ripley teaming up with Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke as they take on Horseface, Charlotte Flair, and the women's tag team champions Natalya and Tamina. Yeah, that. And rest of the show was garbage. One good match. That was Ricochet and Johnny Drip Drip John Morrison. That's it. Other than that, not very much. But it is what it is. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time because Dynamite's coming up in about an hour, and I want to finish this up pretty quickly. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right. Let's get into it, shall we? I think we should. All right. I'll start the show with the Authority. It figures Adam Pearce and Sonya. They're in their office, and they're talking to us, and they tell us that Randy Orton and his Madness voice is out of the triple threat match between himself, AJ, and Drew for reasons beyond WWE's control. Meaning his shoulder that he kind of last week still not healed yet. That's why he's not there. That's why. But he'll probably be back this coming week, or maybe by Money in the Bank. Who knows? Anyway, therefore, they announced a battle royal. Oh, gee, a battle. That's great. For to see who replaces him. So in comes Matt Riddle. Why not? With a letter from Randy Orton that he wrote, basically saying, that's like Riddle is of sound mind and body. That says, and I should take his spot. So they're looking at it. You can see like he wrote it. With a just like some, third grader wrote it. So Adam Pearce like fire, and Riddle's like, I didn't write it. Randy wrote it. Anyway, they're saying like the words aren't real, and he drew a viper in the lower right corner. Like, okay, you got me. But he offers to wrestle in the battle on Orton's behalf, and giving the spot if he wins. So if he wins, I guess well, basically, if Riddle wins, Orton gets the spot. I guess I don't know how that works, but anyway, so think about it, and then okay, Riddle, you're in the match. So like, who cares? He's probably gonna win now. I'm like, who cares? So I give that a who cares 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, so we get to the Riddle. We had Riddle, War Machine, Eric and Ivar, Jinder My Balls, Angel Garza, or Fool, Mustafa Ali, the 24/7 champion, who I even think was still around, Tosawa, and the man who we pre. We got Jeff Hardy, dude. Cedric Alexander, Monster, Shelton Benjamin, and Khalil. And that's it. So Riddle comes out, makes a stupid entrance, kicks off his flip. So we get, the multicolored birds. They're back. It's this Pride Month. It's what it is. But glad to see Damian Priest back on Raw. I don't know where he was. Maybe he was, maybe stop hearing. I don't know. But anyway. Battle Royal wasn't anything to write home about. Garza was the first one. And then, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. Jinder Mahal comes show. Bang. Over. Also lands on one foot. Around the ring. Gets back in. Go. Believe save. He dumps Garza, and then he's like, "I'll screw you, monster." Tour threw him out, and then R-Truth got tossed. And then Akira Tozawa gets tossed, and then Drew Gulak pins Tozawa to steal the 24/7 title, and then Truth with a fruit roll up, he gets the title back for the 50. Sucks. It sucks. Not my freaking mic went off. So, for anybody who just tuned in and didn't hear me for like 5 minutes, yeah, Battle Royal was garbage. Riddle would be damned. You gave it 2 out of 5 stars. They had a whole thing with the 24/7 title. Like Akira Tozawa got tossed out by Jinder My Balls, and then Drew Gulak, who got eliminated first, he comes in and steals the 24/7 title, and then R-Truth, who got eliminated time, and then Akira Tozawa rolls up Truth 1, 2, 3, and gets it back. That he really never lost it. So that was a big fat waste of fucking time. But still, it is what it is. So it got down to Priest and Mr. Over the ropes. Priest got out of it. Then they go out to the other side of the apron. He tries it again. Priest gets out of it again. But then Riddle hits the final flash knee, knocking Priest off. And Matt Riddle wins the Battle Royal for his little buddy, Randy Orton. And he goes to the announcer and said, "Hit Randy's music." So he goes on the turnbuckle. He does, pose. Then he gets scared of Randy's pyro. Yeah. So it looks like Riddle is going to be in this triple threat match later on in the show with AJ and Drew. We'll see if Riddle can win again. And this time, sure, Randy Orton place in the match, making him entrant number 5. But we'll see what happens with that. We shall see. And that's that. All right, now we move on. The whole thing, Baszler and Alexa Bliss, like I mentioned before, we get a video of that. And then we come back to live action. What to say, I thought my mic cut out again. Hopefully not. I gotta watch the mic, so because it says it on my bar, but I gotta I gotta make sure. So anyway, Shane is shuffling a deck of cards, comes up to the Queen of Spades, why not? And then Nia, Jax and Reggie come in. They start mocking from hitting people in the face. Kind of mocking, Reggie slapping Nia and Nia slapping Reggie, with the mind control stuff that Alexi's doing the last couple of weeks. So Shayna said that she needs to deal with Lexi, Lily. They all go to the ring, and then see looking on from beyond the shadows. So we'll see what happens with that, and we'll move on from there. And that's it. Nick's in the chat, as always. If I can get the comment up. What's up, Nicholas? Nikki? What's up, Nick? How you doing? All right. Let's move on. All right, so I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. All right, then we go to the back where we see the phenomenal A. He looks ready for Riddle and doesn't like the suggestion that Omos cheated the Viking Raiders in the Battle Royal. I didn't cheat. I'm the big black diesel. I did not cheat. So he's ready to go. That's why I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. By the way, like I said, from the Austin is messing up my sound or anything. I apologize. It's like hot as fuck in here. Because I'm on. It is what it is. It's just freaking 91 degrees outside right now. Might coming up in just under an hour. So it's that. Nick's doing good. All right. We're ready to go. All right. Nick's doing good. That's good. Hope you had a good day, Nick. And that's that. All right. Then we go to the gorilla position where we see our resident superhero, Nikki Cross. And she says, I love being a superhero, and I'm with Naomi She said she is one win away from being a superhero, making her, get this, Nikki Ash, almost a superhero. So, okay, so they're not going to go the route of Rosie. Remember, Rosie was the shit superhero in training with, the hurricane. So, shit, they just use Ash. That's great. Stupidity. I really don't like this gimmick. I really don't. I just don't. Characters. Go ahead. Yeah, so Nikki Ash, almost a superhero, is now her name. That from the released WWE writer. Such stupidity. Stupid. So stupid. You know what I mean? Just random fucking bullshit. Fucking hand. Lord. Anyway, speaking of Lord, we get to the match number 2, Nikki Cross versus Shayna Baszler. What can I say? You know the result. You know. But anyway, Reggie and Nia punch body. Shayna sends it into the corner, and then Lexi comes out for a distraction. That gets Nikki to dive out on doing the break. Shayna kicks the knee out, hits a good range face plant for a near fall. Then a running knee in the corner connects, and then we see Lexi, which lets Nikki hit a tornado DDT. So Nia goes over to stare at Lexi, and then Lexi's like, trying to use her mind control powers again on Nia, and it's almost working. She had her hand up again, and then Reggie comes. So then she kicks Nia in the leg, and in the same motion, uses the same leg to kick Reggie right in his nuts. Balls! And Nikki to roll up Shayna in the same way that she did last week with that kind of messed up Oklahoma roll, or La Magistral roll, and she pinned Shayna right before the 10-minute mark. Well, almost near the 10-minute mark. So yeah, Shayna Baszler once again jobs out. I mean, how long is this gonna last? 2-3 months at least of Shayna Baszler losing every freaking week. Man, she is really stuck in catering. Shayna Baszler is doing. Forget Naomi. Naomi, kind of pushed her way out. Now she's in Money in the Bank. But Shayna, she's baking those cookies with Titus. Now Titus makes a mean steak and some baked potatoes and all the other good stuff. But Shayna, now she's getting the recipe for those great Keebler Elf cookies. I mean, it's true. It's damn true. I'm getting sick and tired of Shayna Baszler losing every goddamn week. What's the end game to this? What's the end game? Do Shayna and Nia break up? Nobody gives two craps about that. Nia can go, be with Reggie banging in the back. I don't give two craps. As far as Shayna goes, she should just freaking go to SmackDown and probably get buried on SmackDown, that little battery charger. You never know. Maybe Shayna Baszler is that NXT battery charger. Even though, it could be. You never know. We still don't know what it is from last night. It got up to 80%, just about 81% last night. This battery charger is at the Great American Bash this Tuesday night. A lot of people saying it's Tegan Knox. I'm thinking it might be Keith Lee. I doubt it, unless they find Keith Lee from Mia Yim's hole. You know what hole I'm talking about. Or could be somebody coming back, coming to NXT. Not like Keith Lee coming back. It is what it is, and That's pretty much all I got to say about that. And we'll move on from there. That too. All right, Nick says that's a terrible name. Oh, Nikki Ash, almost a superhero. Should be Nikki AGTC. Nikki almost going to catering. That's what it is. Or another ABI, another bad idea. I don't know why, they went from her crazy, sanity gimmick, which was awesome, with Lexi. Now she's friends with Lexi. And now she went, she thinks of this idea. Now she's a superhero. Takes it to Vince and Bruce. And they're like, oh, that's good shit, Nikki. We're going to do it. Yeah, but Nikki's won 6 weeks out of 7, so something's working. Just a stupid name. But still, yeah, they got to, I agree with Nick. They got to bring back her crazy psycho gimmick. They have to. Because this thing is not going to work in front of fans. They got 2 weeks. 2 weeks left in the Thunderdome. They got the July 5th show and the July 12th show, which is a taped show, by the way. I don't think it's a live show. The last Raw in the Thunderdome is gonna be taped. So take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if it will be, but we'll see. But yeah, on the July 19th edition of Raw, when they see Nikki Cross coming out, with her crappy theme and with her cape and look like a superhero, they are going to hit on it. And I think they're gonna shit on Lexi too. Because, I can tell you right now, the first, Raw with fans is going to do really, really, really bad. And we're going to see people in Dallas, Texas running for the exits by 9 o'clock. I can almost guarantee that. It is what it is. Stupidity. Just utter fucking stupidity from this company. Except that, like, the last, month or two, Vince, I just don't understand what Vince's thing is with Shayna. Vince, maybe it's because Shayna Baszler doesn't have big titties or looks like a model or anything. I don't know. Because how Vince loves the pervert that he is. He loves like the supermodels, the Dana Brooks and the girls with big fake titties. And look like a supermodel. Because, Vince wants to bang him in the back with his 76-year-old grapefruit that probably can't even get up either. But I digress. That's that. All right, let's move on. Nikki Ash can find a male to team up with who will be called Tropical Storm. Could be worse. They'll bring Shane Helms will come back, to team up with Nikki, and then Nikki will have another partner named Cyclone. What's up? Well, Typhoon. Remember Typhoon? Remember it was Tugboat, and then Earthquake, and after WCW became Shark, and then Tugboat changed his name to Typhoon. Stupidity back in the late 80s and early 90s. Well, yeah, you could probably get somebody like, Hurricane Helms, Nikki Cross, Nikki Cross and Cyclone. And his finishing move is the Cyclone Kick. Double Dragon 3 style. You know what I'm talking about. No. One of those kicks knocks you out. Mm-hmm. Except if you're a boss, so just take your health down to mid-level. That's it. But it is what it is. But we move on. Nick says, I have a feeling. I got a feeling. WWE's gonna edit the boos from the fans like they always do. Yeah, they'll be piping it. They'll be piping cheers. That's that. My fans are gonna shit all over Nikki Ash. Yep, basically. And Lexi, and the whole show. They're probably just gonna, occupy, Raw. They're just gonna, we'll be hearing CM Punk chants like during a women's match. Here's what it is. Okay, Nick says Raw in front of live fans will be sucking wind so bad that the first 3 rows passed out from oxygen deprivation by 9 p.m. Would have been funny if it wasn't so sad. Yeah. I'm telling you, by 9, 10 o'clock, there's not going to be that many fans left. They put on a shit show like they did this week. Nobody's going to come to Raw. Even with, like, some arenas, I think, have 100% capacity. By the time Raw ends, they're probably going to have, like, 30% capacity. Nobody's going to want to watch. And they're probably going to be like, we want refunds. That's what it's going to be. Just hopefully SmackDown doesn't do that on in 2 weeks, July the 16th, in Houston, because Raw's in Dallas, so, and the Money in the Bank's in Fort Worth, Texas, and that's that. So we'll see what happens tonight. So getting back to Raw, Nikki, with the help of Lexi, pinned Shayna Baszler once again. 1 out of 5 stars. That was just it. And it looks like Lexi and Nikki are kind of like a team again. Just like a good an evil team. You have good Nikki Cross, and you have evil Alexa Bliss. So you have a good and evil tag team. I guess that works. I'll go Mills Insane. I'll allow it. So the fans will allow it. That's it. And we move on. All right. Then we get a video of the torture that Bobby Lashley, the champion, the WWE champion, did to goods last weekend on a cell. So that, and Kofi couldn't get in the ring and everything. He's like, get out of there! So we see that, and then we cut to the ring where we see Kofi Kingston! And he comes out on the mic. He says last week his best friend was locked in the cell. Bobby Lashley. He put it all online like he always does. He says Xavier showed he can hang at that level, and he still lost. What it is. Kofi was forced to watch his best friend in the Hurt Lock from outside the cell, and now it's time for some revenge. So on cue, we get MVP, the lovely Lashley women, same goddamn chicks. They must be getting paid really, really, really nicely, if you know what I mean. I'm not talking about any, if you know what I mean. They're getting paid in they're getting long dick style. Smack cheeks, if you know what I mean. And getting paid at the same time from MVP and Lashley, most likely. Because they got the money. This is what it is. MVP and the ladies come out. They start laughing on Kofi. Kofi's idea is going to be a beat Lashley. So Kofi thinks that Lashley's going soft because of the women. I don't think he's going soft at all. But, he's got 5 hot chicks. I don't think he's going soft at all. It is what it is. Anyway, and he said that's coming from a Ewan-wearing, pancake-tossing, hip-swivel. So MVP had to save Lashley from losing a few weeks back. And Kofi says he knows he can win. Every week, a layer is stripped away from Lashley, and by the time we get the Money in the Bank, Lashley might look like MVP. So he's on about never taking time off as WWE champion, including taking the title to his hometown in Ghana. She says that anything is possible. So MVP has last year on vacation, takes off. Someone's going to take the belt from him, and that's going to be him at Money in the Bank. So MVP thinks Kofi did all that stuff to feed his own ego. He's sounding as confident as Xavier Woods did last week. Xavier is going to be back next week, and they're going to have their rematch next week. You know, Xavier Woods and Bobby Lashley, what you damn do. And he thinks MVP has been milking his knee injury. That's why he has that pain for the better part of 6 months. MVP says he isn't clear for combat, or else he would kick Kofi's ass. So Kofi's like, that's it. I'm going to the floor. Goes to the floor. MVP tries to hit Kofi. Then he hits Trouble in Paradise on MVP him out. And, yeah. So you hit a man who's not medically cleared. That's great. That's great, Kofi. That's just great. It is what it is. It's like MJF hitting Dean Malenko. Dean Malenko was a 60-year-old guy with Parkinson's disease. And he's taking a bump like that. Or Conan, who's had tons of medical problems, taking a stuffed power driver from FTR in the middle of the well, not in the middle of the ring, but last Saturday on Dynamite. So I don't know what his status is, but some people that should not be in the ring, if they're not medically clear, they should stay away from the ring and not try to take a bump, more hurt. I mean, really? McFly? Think McFly? Think McFly? I got a paper due tomorrow. If I hand in my homework with your writing, I'll get expelled. Now, you wouldn't want that, would you? Would you? Now, Bear. Now, that'd be wrong. Oh, yeah, McFly, you should say sometime. So gullible, McFly. I don't want to see you in here again. Great movie. I could recite just about almost every line in Back to the Future 1 and 2. 3, not so much. I thought 3 sucked. But it is what it is. All right, let's get to what Nick says. Nick says, speaking of MVP, he has been criticizing fans who complain about the WWE product. Another wrestler sucking up and kissing Vince's ass. Basically. I mean, there's a lot of people that, are kissing Vince's ass. One of them is MVP. And another one that I'm going to do a special rant on maybe later tonight or tomorrow is Bully Ray. Now, Bully Ray went on his, on Busted Open Radio, and he's talking about the whole Eddie Kingston promo that Eddie cut after, Dynamite went off the air. And basically the Hall of Famer, yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. Basically, he told Eddie to stay in his lane. Really, Bully Ray? Really? You tell Eddie Kingston to stay in his lane when you, my friend, and your little buddy Devon were doing the same thing back in ECW when you were just bashing WWE left and right and WCW? Sounds like you're a hypocrite much there, Bully Ray. So I think you need to stay in your lane. Don't tell Eddie Kingston to stay in his lane. Eddie Kingston will kick your fat ass. Just saying. So, yeah. Bully Ray sounded like a hypocrite because he did the same thing with him and Devon and Joe Gertner back in the day in ECW. Like almost everybody in ECW was like bashing Bischoff and bashing McMahon back in the early days, the early, like the mid 90s, and doing the Attitude Era. They were just going off on freaking WCW and WWE. You know, remember when Stone Cold had that one appearance in ECW? It was like doing a Hulk Hogan type promo. That was kind of cool. And then remember when our good buddy Brian Pillman, God bless his mighty soul, appeared in ECW for a short time, and he was bashing Bischoff and calling the fans smart marks. And he was about to take a piss in the ring. And then thankfully, Shane Douglas, came out and was like, "I don't get to do that," and started whipping, basically almost the entire ECW fans almost wanted to kill Brian Pillman. And it was there for like another couple of weeks, I think. And then he left and went back to WWF. He proceeded to get destroyed by Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, exactly, Nick. The superstar Steve Austin in ECW. He had one match, and that was with the Sandman. That was it. One match. And then he cut that promo and had one match, and that was with the Sandman. And I think he beat the Sandman. Because everybody beats the Sandman. Back in those days, before you became like world champion and when it was world champion, when it was a TV champion. Well, actually, he wasn't TV champion. He was just world champion. And then he had those big feuds with Raven and then Sabu. And then Tommy Dreamer as well. Then him and Tommy Dreamer became a tag team. And he also wrestled Mikey Whipwreck. Good matches back in '95, yeah. I remember those. Mikey, would you like some Doritos, Mikey? Doritos. They're very tasty. Good old Cactus Jack and Mikey Whipwreck teaming up back in the mid-90s. Yeah. They had a good match. The last match that Cactus Jack had with Mikey Whipwreck at the ECW arena. That was a good match. That was some good shit. All right, so we move on from there. The Kofi MVP in the ladies segment, 2.25 out of 5 stars. So we get Xavier Woods coming back next week to get a rematch with Bobby Lashley. See how that goes. And that's it. That's it. All right. After that, we get a recap the most horrible duo in not the horrible duo. One of the most horrible women in all wrestling, Eva Marie and Piper Niven, otherwise known as Dewdrop. So we get what happened last week, and with Asuka and Naomi pinning Dewdrop and Eva Marie to get themselves into the Money in the Bank ladder match. So we go to the back, we see Eva and her little buddy Piper, Dewdrop. Eva says that Dewdrop made a mistake last, so they're gonna get a rematch, and that the evolution can continue. And Dewdrop does not look happy. I would be too if I had to team up with a fucking botch machine slut. Well, it is what it is. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. All right, then we get to the rematch. Asuka and Naomi taking on Dewdrop and Eva Marie. 2-minute, 19-second suckfest. So Dewdrop is doing most of the work, of course. Naomi and Asuka tagging back in and out. Asuka gets the Asuka lock on Dewdrop, but Dewdrop just walks over, tags in Eva, who basically does what Piper did and just drops the mask like, "Oh, I'm not tagging in." Turn about straight up playing. So Asuka goes after Dewdrop, gets knocked out. Naomi gets the same. And then we get a seated crossbody by Dewdrop on Asuka. 1, 2, 3. Damn! So Doudrop gets the win over my first wife in 2 minutes. That sucks. I mean, that maybe, Piper would just take the pin on Asuka. Asuka would just like knock her out, with that kick or something. Maybe Piper like grabs Eva, like, get in here. And then like Asuka puts Eva in the freaking Asuka, and now even before she puts her in, Eva's like, help! I suck. That's that. But yeah, Asuka takes the pin, which sucks. Pissed me right off. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, so they get the win. Match I gave 1. I'll be generous and give it 1 out of 5 stars. Just gonna give it a dud, or maybe even a half a star. But I'll give it 1 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Eva Marie claims victory, and Piper Duke is not in Money in the Bank, so we're not gonna see them. Thank the Lord. And that's it. All right, then we go to the back where we see Miz and Morrison. Hey, ho ho. They're talking about their strategy for cashing in Money in the Bank. And then Ricochet comes in, and I think Kayla Braxton was there to interview them. And then she leaves, and we see Ricochet with the mic. He's like, no. He's like, no. So fast. Then he steals a drip stick and spraying Miz down with it. I'm like, oh. So I gave that 1.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. All right. Then we get to the match between Ricochet and John Morrison. This was great. This was some good stuff. As always, Miz on commentary. We start off with Ricochet blocking a kick, and then he hits a slam. Morrison takes him down into an armbar, fights up, kicks him to the floor. They get a baseball slide hits, but Ricochet can't bring himself to hit the Miz. He's like, I'm injured. Instead, Ricochet dives over the wheelchair and hits a hurricanrana on Morrison. That was kind of cool. Then he takes another drip stick and just douses the Miz again. Why not? Then we go to break. We come Ricochet, hitting Morrison with a knee to the chin. Then a rolling Death Valley driver and a basement clothesline get a near fall on Morrison. But Johnny Drip comes back with a knee to face for a near fall. Goes for Starship Pain. He missed it. Ricochet knocks him to the floor. Then Morrison's bailing over the barricade to avoid a dive. And then Morrison sits on the barricade. So Ricochet hits a dive. Crossbody, like a springboard crossbody. Like he leaps and he hits Morrison on the barricade, and they fall into the WWE Universe. That was some fucking shit. I went, wow! That was some mark out shit. He's going nuts. I'm going like, holy crap. And then the referees, counting them out. And sadly, the match ends in a double countout right around the 10-minute mark. Still, pretty decent match. I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars, and announced like, I am not before in my life. And Miz is like, John, you okay, John? Obviously not, because they hit a crash pad. What do you expect? I mean, really. That's that. All right, there's a video looking back at the match between Charlotte Flair and Rhea, with Charlotte beating Rhea Ripley via disqualification at Hell in a Cell. Rhea keeps she intentionally got disqualified. Then we go to the gorilla position where we see Natalya and Tamina getting ready to go out. Charlotte talks about Tamina know what is expected from them. Simple and to the point. Didn't really care. And then Charlotte's like, just watch what I do. And then Natalya to me is like, all right. then we get to the 6 tag team match. Another 5.5 minute suck fest. But even before the bell rings, all 6 women are, and then the faces actually prevail. And then we go to break, we come back, the match actually officially starts. Dana with the head scissors to Natalya, but gets sent outside with Tamina offers a distraction. Charlotte, has to get her grandstanding and hot dogging Hogan. She gets in a shot to the back of the head, which allows her to hit a cheap shot on Rhea Ripley. Why not? They go back in. They continue to beat down on Dana Brooke. Tamina stomping away in the corner. And then Charlotte comes in, goes after the ribs, but a slam is reversed into a inside cradle for a near fall. The kick out sends Dana Brooke into the. She tags the champ, Rhea Ripley, and pace picks up a little bit. Natalya comes in, gets kicked right in the head, and then more brawling happens. Mandy slips out of a pair of sharpshooter attempts, but Charlotte makes a fine tag. Then she hits a big boot to the jaw on Mandy, even though it didn't really connect. So Charlotte gets the win with a freaking big boot. This match was garbage, so I gave this match 1.25 out of 5 stars. Utterly horrible. Another filler match. That's that. Horrible. After the match, Charlotte's posing. She's like, I'm great. I'm Charlotte Flair. And then Rhea Ripley with the heinous act comes from behind with a chop block to Charlotte's leg. And Charlotte is limping. Let's see if that has anything to do with their match coming up at Money in the Bank. That might be a catalyst if Charlotte, doesn't go into Money in the Bank 100%. But we'll see. That's that. All right, we move on from there. That's about 25 minutes away from Dynamite. Oh, yeah. It's getting good. All right, we go back. We see Jackson Ryker whipping, getting ready for his scrap match with Elias. Then we see, Akira Tozawa and R-Truth running around again, and like, we're gonna get this shit again. So R-Truth couldn't catch up to Tozawa. Then he stops to ask Ryker, if Ryker hates himself or something. That's why he something. So not saying anything. And then Ryker explains the idea of the scrap match with Elias and says he's exploring the ways to inflict the most pain. So, cool, for sure. And he's like, can I hold the scrap when you're done? So I can lasso Akira Tozawa and get my baby back. So Ryker's like, stop slapping. And then Truth just runs away. Yeah. All right, Truth, just stay on Raw Talk and just shut your freaking mouth. Okay? Because you're boring. You're garbage. 24/7 title is garbage. 3 people going after one stinking Olive Garden title. Garbage. Get rid of that fucking belt, please. I wonder if the comedy writers wrote that segment. But I digress. So, I give that 1.5 out of 5. This show is just horrible right now. Anyway, then we get to the scrap match between Elias and Jackson Ryker. Another filler match. Elias jumps Ryker at the bell. Ryker gets tied over the post so Elias can pull him up by his arms to inflict some pain. Then we go back in. Elias hits a jumping knee to knock Ryker out of the air for a near fall. But Ryker comes right back and starts whipping Elias. Sets him up for the swinging black hole slam. 1, 2, 3. 3.5 minute suck fest. So Ryker gets the win. Whoop-de-damn freaking you. Give that 1.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. We move on from that. Did not give a flying fuck about that match. After that, we go in the back where we see Matt Riddle, who's now he has a Randy Orton jacket on. His hair is all pulled up, and it's like doing the Randy poses and thinks he's like kind of relating, rambling him and stuff like that. He's warming up for the triple threat match. In walks in Damian Priest, trying to give him a pep talk, and he's like, "Riddle not here. I am Randy." So like Priest is like, "Oh, I just wanted to ask Riddle if if you wanted to go to Burger King and get a Chick-fil-A or something like that." So Riddle comes out of his his trance and holds out his hand, does the whole Lock and Pete thing. Priest is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then Riddle's like, "Okay, you got me. I'm not Randy Orton." So Priest is like, "Yeah, I know, dumbass." And then he just wishes him luck in the match, and that's it. What a segment that was. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. I was like, what the hell? So, I mean, really, what are they doing with Priest? Kind of saying just to look bad? I don't know. I just don't know why he's not going after Sheamus in the United States title. I don't know. But it is what it is. All right, then we go to the back with Kevin Patrick. And he's talking to Drew McIntyre, who once again gives us a story. Talks about the triple threat match. He says that the match is like the Scots versus the English versus the Irish. And Drew's like, I don't know why. Why are you telling stories that nobody cares about, Drew? All these, Winston Churchill shit. What the fuck do you do? Go read a goddamn book. I don't need to get a history lesson on Monday Night Raw. Come on. Anyway, he basically said he's gonna win, and yeah, so not much of a promo from Drew, so I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. Blah 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 blah. That's what I think of that shit. All right, one was done. All right, then we get to the main event, Money in the Bank qualifying match, last chance match. Drew McIntyre taking on Matt Riddle and for Randy Orton. Hit on AJ comes out with almost the big Black Diesel. So obviously, if Riddle wins, Randy Orton gets the spot. This match wasn't that bad. It was all right, nothing great. So I'll start with Drew hitting an overhead belly-to-belly suplex on both men. Then hitting some crazy high backdrop to AJ. Early and go outside. McIntyre loads up a power bomb onto the announce table, and then Riddle dives out of the air to break that up. While Styles sends him into the ring post. Damn it. 2-0, now it's 2-2. Great job, Peter. And that's all I can say about that. Fuck you. All right, take over, and Styles and Riddle fight to suplex the other through the announce table until Riddle settles for one on the floor. Now Riddle and Styles slam him through the announce table. Sadly, done him Byron Saxton. Damn. I go to break, come back. AJ's working on Riddle. Good thinking. Get back in, a half crab by AJ. Riddle's in trouble. Styles, being smart, keeps it on when Riddle makes the ropes. AJ picks up Riddle, hits a bling buster for near fall. Riddle gets back up, a hanging DDT a la Randy Orton. Demon DDT, ready to go for the Gilmore Cutter. AJ with something up like a torture back, and it just drops him. Look like a hammer type move. And it gets a near fall on that. That was kind of hits the reverse Alabama slam on Riddle. Goes for the Claymore and missed. Riddle dumps Drew out on the floor. Riddle gets back up with a penalty kick, and it was both of them for a big knockdown. Then some kicks to the chest on the outside, which has AJ and Drew down. But Styles sends kick into the steps, and Riddle tries to AJ, and Riddle hits the really hard, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And the referee's like checking on him, and Riddle's like, "I think I broke my foot. I think I broke my foot." So medics come out. They have to. What the hell is that? Medics come out, and then they have to take Riddle out of the match. So now it's Drew versus AJ 1-on-1. And I was like, I just left. Riddle's gonna come back out. He's gonna win the match. I was wrong. So anyway, while with Riddle gone, Drew almost tweaked his knee. That's not good. Neck takes steps out. A superplex attempt. Gets a near fall as the Styles for a near fall. AJ locks in a quick calf crusher. And has Drew in trouble. Comes up, taped up ankle, locks in a Bromission to break things up. Back up. We get an insecurity with a bad foot by Riddle. Drops McIntyre to the floor. Riddle with the jumping knees of Doom. Knees AJ out of the air as he was going for the flunk cutter. Looks to win the match, but almost, thankfully, pulled him out at 2. And then Riddle turns around and boom, Claymore kick by McIntyre. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre to win, and he is in the Bank match. And that's it. So you knew Drew was going to somehow weasel his way back in. So now he's in. But now the question is if he wins the Money in the Bank match and Lashley wins, if Lashley beats Kofi and Drew wins the Money in the Bank, he can't cash in on Bobby. And a lot of people saying Drew may win Money in the Bank and cash in on Roman. That could happen since there's a lot of news stories saying that Drew's going to SmackDown in the draft to start a feud with Roman. So it could, may or may not happen. Who knows? But like I said, I would rather have Big E win the Money in the Bank. But I know we got 5 people. Friday night we're gonna get entry number 6, whether it be Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn. And then I think next week on Raw and SmackDown, we'll probably get the final two men to go in that match. And we'll see what happens with that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I gave the final match 2.5 out of 5 stars, but still, Raw was kind of bleh, kind of garbage. So I gave it 4.5 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment or a video reply down below. Give your comments and your questions and all that good stuff. Don't forget to like the video, dislike the video. I don't give a fuck. But don't forget to subscribe to my channels. Share the videos all over the internet. And don't forget to tap that bell. Turn on all my notifications so you never, ever, ever miss an upload. And that's it. All right, we're going to finish this up because I got to take a mean old poop. I got to poop really bad. I got 15 minutes to dynamite. And that's that. All right, let's finish off with Nick. Nick says, isn't dewdrop a slang term for a lesbian? Really, WWE? I think it is. Well, I don't know. Well, Nick kind of enlightens us and says, dewdrop refers to girls who are sexually or romantically interested in different girls. Applies to each lesbians and bisexual girls. So basically, WWE may get into hot water with that name. I think the LGBTQRSTUV WXYZ community will be at Vince's throat soon. You know, they'll definitely want to change her name back to Piper Niven, or Piper just it's like, I don't want to be known as a lesbian. It is what it is. It's just stupid things that WWE does, and Vince and his crazy mind, his senile 76-year-old ass, probably thought of that idea. Well, that's good shit. We're gonna name you Dewdrop. It's just stupid. That's that. Utter stupidity. Nick, like the video. Thank you. Thank you very much. And yeah, TMI. But I gotta go. right, so thank you, Nick, for coming in as always. My mod squad leader. That's all I gotta say about that. So thank you, Nick, for coming in. Anybody else who decided to watch, probably left a dislike or whatever, well, heard you, man. But thank you for the free views, and that's all I gotta say about that. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. Stay dry, stay cool, especially here in the Northeast. It's gonna rain here in a little bit. Hopefully cool it down a little bit, but tomorrow's going to be 85, but it's going to rain all day into Friday. But thankfully, the temperature is going to go down to about 74 degrees by Saturday. Not going to be a great 4th of July weekend. It's going to rain Friday, a little bit of Saturday, and a little bit of Sunday, which sucks. So not a great 4th of July weekend, but still, I think it's going to be nice for the fireworks display, for the Macy's fireworks going off, and wherever fireworks going off around the country, around the world. So that's all I got to say about that. So hopefully we'll have a good 4th of July weekend, and that's all I got to say about that. That's it. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go watch. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then I'm gonna go watch some Dynamite. And that's it. Maybe later I'll do a review, or probably be tomorrow. And that's it. So thank you all for watching. Thank you to Nick, as always, for coming in. And for everybody else, thank you and for your support. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, ring the bell, and all that good shit. So thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.